a tip for Mechacha Obia, Mr. Obaya, and I just watch a video radio, mamma, okay, and I just say, Amponsah Sakabi. You have a idea as usual, you will boost the questions. No, you see idea, so, near be telephone lines not to name a Amponsah free. But Sean Nation, or him for say, my fish Sean Nation, or him for. You're close to guiding business, no, but they be or rethinking maybe videos be a way and on or doing home. Okay, to show nation there. At the moment, the Yamana is silence, kakra on your maybe home. Okay, Uba no share video with your mama fast. And the video we say no about debate now is streaming and run. Okay, so I debate no Mallam Hafiz, okay, can't send baby or honor. I was say a checking on, you're fat checking. So Intina aba say no, eba you boost the questions, na ya check the Mallam ne kan no. Certain bia no koto se Muslim ni bi kasa or kasa in a way and say bia wo wonim de o kasa fa ho no, ti obeka bia na wo so wugidi. Nti argument ba come betim de ma won say ye kan kire wa wudi e kire ne. Say what you say because also wo wonim e ono nanim. Nti ono kan kire wa wo bedi na kire ya den. Say what you say na. Sa na show mutrim. James Nati mechia wo bia Mr. Mallam share video mama okay. It is ana Muslims no e don mumutrim. Ono kan e wo so wutie unni ho kwan say wo challenge no because ono na e kan kire. But you see e ba be check the shake no tena otena one TV so but otena internet so social media so eye debate no ensem na wo kan ye no ye ba be check say ensem no bi sisi a na ya hwese wo twa ye ntro anase no wo kan no kore say what say we say the nyatem die the omamu books no ebe checke na yetie ensem na oka no okay say the make can say ye medidi obi atem ha say na enye no so na ye me purpose no say medidi obi atem so no obi nya adwena enya atem die nti debate na omo ye no say manage ho pa okay obi e try say obi making a punchlines no but enye personal attack obi e kan adwena a very nice debate unya hwesa debate na mebo ehun video ni bi da kire mo e wo video we say mo okay but full debate no so no obehunu no me page honom yen kan sa obehunu no page honom Sethoo SSK na is why then wa check na wa hwebi okay enti shake no ensem na okan no ene mba be check me focus so e wo shake no so shake no ye ne hia me because omo na omo ye propagandas too much okay enti me bo ensem ni bi no na ya then ya check ahwe person me share video we fast.
You see my brother, we do not actually translate your own Bible for you. When you say
ye be baso sisi me wo portion videos ne portion bi wase a me pese me botcher amanfo na mutie be okay ni analyzing sem na okan no but till then me pese me share no fast e wo me share video we e wo social media so ma amanfo ya wo my life okay and then I busy intimate me and my life no entem because na Sunday na family nti me nya opportunity nti na ba intimate me am notice bi say me ba time we na time we say okay inti me sorry until we may share it also share my okay. Wait my friend was YouTube CCA and also with my friend on Facebook at the moment there. Me stream on both platform at the same time, okay. Me da munyina mas YouTube for no any Facebook for nyina me da munyina mas mo am friend nyina no me da munyina mas okay. Apo na mo de mas to nyina no me da munyina mas Muslims na won timi ma abonti me kasa no so no me da munyina mas say ya take over Sethoo mo hwe Japan the P Black, Sethoo, Livestone, what you say na? Ya take Sankofa. Omuntimi ma bonti me kasa biom. Omunyina ye quiet. Sa na ye peno. Propaganda for na America on. Omo social media so na omo claim say omo ye sheiks no. Omo na omunim Islam no. Ye simple questions we kompo omuntimi musa, but ene ye behunu ye de omo book ni ba be jeje omo. No beti the sheik no kan enra okay. Me share video no me page onom no. Msema amoso mon share shaking it na screen so no asema wo kan no ene say ono de Bible no e Christopher no ma translate Bible no de ama omo ti say de ono obehu ba sa no translation no scholars na translate here nti obi antimo mblemu no semote but ye kan Quran na omo say translation enya accepted but e do Bible so their translation they accepted this translation they kan no ene obe follow. Can you believe this? My video ni muntie the account I say for the meantime okay muntie no
we are misrepresenting the So you see, my brother, we do not actually translate your own Bible for you. When you say we are misrepresenting the Christian view, I don't think that is a fair argument, because we did not translate the Bible. It is your own scholars, your own Christian scholars that translated the Bible for us.
Someone say, therefore, this brother na argument, you know, has say, and you want to translate the Bible, no, the Christian scholars, no, but some mobile dance here, there be a Muslims, no, Muslim say, even so, almost Muslim scholars and the translated Quran, edema, anti-Arabic, no, into the good, translation, no, and also dependent at the judge Quran, no, almost there be intimate, David Diplo say share mon share man 2K ekebeye mon share man Mr. Man about in Islam they are omuti fa Bible no say mo scholars na translate here the scholars na kan bia no ye be di so but about Islam mu they are na for mo translation na de kasa they are omuti da bi da bi ye fa translation in jeje Islam. Translation is the best ability. The betimi aye no mo ye the translate here. No de enye Quran no. But about Christo so mo dia da bi mo na mo translate here. Mo ma translate no eno one ye be ne sa. Samote ye bebo mo videos small videos na mpese me tackle no. Ye bebo bi a kire mo de mo san tie bi o. Mo tie de o kan ni bi o.
So you see, my brother, we do not actually translate your own Bible for you. When you say we are misrepresenting the Christian view, I don't think that is a fair argument, because we did not translate the Bible. It is your own scholars, your own Christian scholars that translated the Bible for us.
It's for me. Sorry, okay. So me catch them family business, family me face family will have say and bibia happens to your kitchen honum tina was me kwa want na mko check where the correct course one. Me sorry. But muti dey shake the kind no. As usual, that double standard na wo honum no for Muslims no. E bi de bia me catch them no. Omo betimi aye, omo betimi question Bible, omo betimi question Christopher ne ye no. The pastors ne ye no, tie bi o. The Ghana for pastors ne ye no. And no, and omode criticize the Bible no. Who the pastors ne ye no. But the Boko Haram o ye no musukura Quran the intimate fan criticize Islam. Some double standard no. The be a Muslim be a or no so all misbehave no. Untimi fan Muslim no and criticize Islam. Obetima criticize Islam also offer the Bible ne kind no. Bible ne church no na betim da criticize. So what they say na enye de obi foforo ye. But omo tene omo ho de a omo hwe de Christopher ne ye. The pastors near as pastors no the omo ye no aha omo se mo hwe de Christo so mo forte but omo ka say enye sa na Yesu chire ntinye Yesu chire na be jeje Christianity da bi ti sa na omo tie okay ti na e wo ha say na e fe bo chire na mama manfo ni ada honom na mo hunu bi how are Muslims ni bi omo tie okay enti another assembly o sa kan no eno so na emu tie de kan
we have diverse meaning, and your own scholars have chosen the begotten for us to read. Because if I open my Bible to you, I can see the word begotten translated from Greek, your scholars of Greek to English. So I am not misrepresenting the Christian view. What I am telling you is that what you have written for us is what we are using as yardstick. So
I think for mote into a part let's say the omatre gumono no mo de be yardstick no. No, my good, and it's okay. No, mark the first hour. No, it's okay. You can say up the surprise. It's if for begin the one way you or be she if you has here my error. I don't complain about me. Sorry, okay. So they make a did be share microwave, no, okay. And I overheated and the smoke. Adults won't have say no. Okay, say why shock because it didn't happen that okay. More for Sethoo. But at the same time, no patch say Mallam ne patch say the translators not translate no and no be so. But you use the same thing about Islam one saying the translators not translate at the namaye. Saying you back almost there be the Bible point about so on Quran Allah say Quran chapter 6 verse 101 Allah say how can he have a son if you don't have a wife? Son Allah akan wo Quran mo. How can I have a son if I don't have a wife? And the translators now I'm not translating the clear eyamaye wo Quran mo. The Allah busan ho questions. Say Allah as Allah or doubting itself. Obeka so nyanya kopon or doubting itself say how can I have a son if I don't have a wife? Because some folk claim say Yesu ye neba. And okase wono Yesu nye neba woni yire kwan bo be na nyaba. Samote and say you depending what translation so here the judge Islam there most of because there be yempene and reasonable double standard. Ye beba services ni nyina so ha say no okay. The nsema okekan no ebi no na me bo a kire mo no Muslims no double standard no dey clear on their part no. Ombetimi aye but who won't me ye. Ombetimi akase but who won't me kansa. Sa no te okay. Yen to the videos no so no. Ye bo into the account has.
Nana Aisha had a very lovely marriage. He was married to the best of mankind. He was married, and even let me tell you, it was Nana Aisha's father, Abu Bakr, that even paid the bride price for Nana Aisha to be married to the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him.
For mote or kasasi Nana Aisha no obana no wedding fee 6 no. Enye ono de kokko ware ye no. Eye hakwa to say ono papa te. Na wo papa no decide amawo enya akra na kasa mepe Muhammad mo fa me Muhammad me kwakọ Muhammad o eye Muhammad mom no ne Aisha ne papa ne kasa e na for the love na papa no Bubakar o wo Muhammad no say what say na obusa an say utie story ne krampo na okay Muhammad ebusa Abubakar say ope Aisha no Abubakar say mem ka say your brothers or say your brothers like that your brothers like that say their family brothers into you okay. And just be a Bubakar crumple, ye or Busa no. According to the story, no, Muhammad can Busa no say we are not brothers like that. And Muhammad Busa na Bubakar or no the banner mano, the aqua say papa no, your papa no, Aquana or no respected the papa and mammy no. He papa and mammy decided man or back as Obena say debi, on to make us a debi, so because snip papa and mammy name the mano. And to yet a crown decision, only more than papa and mammy say Papa we ba besa wa na me na ma no so but mo beti asem obeka sisia me say Robertson bi o na etie bi o mo beti bi o.
Nana Aisha had a very lovely marriage. He was married to the best of mankind. He was married, and even let me tell you, it was Nana Aisha's father, Abu Bakr, that even paid the bride price for Nana Aisha to be married to the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him.
Samote or part they say Nana Aisha ne papa any tria bride price no o tria ma hwan. Na me ka say in Islam no be man le betria dowry no be man le tria oba ne sa bride price no be man le tria but according to him ne there was it there be oba no ni papa no e ne tria say sika no e di ma Muhammad nti Muhammad ono they were as a man no in Islam the Muslims no be man will pay the dowry to the woman nti Muhammad or a Muslim and so when you Muslim e na Obana papa mom na say twa Muhammad ka no was adding the bada ka ho ono say Muhammad is the best man so for ni busa ne say okay e better na why the best man or best for mankind say be follow no because almost say Quran no any authority any be follow akwakosi awieye best that time no any present any future and na wo honom. And Muhammad is the best example, not only at his time, but in future. So, Muhammad is the best example. But the best example, no, Yesu ba and Yesu say, Mama mafana kwana momramen chain, na we mu no osura hine omodia. But Muhammad time no there, odin fie 6 grandpa or a woman. Tama na Muhammad wale Aisha no. While wale he married her, he married her no when she was 6. That was his wife. No wale na we. Consummation no wadi feel 9 and one in die but from 6 to 9 on Muhammad wife no samote na Muhammad obi a onya puberty no onya period no pastor ni busa no say oba obi the best example no pastor ni oba na nya puberty how so will last for obi a onya puberty and when to me answer that question no na question ni say so okay oba na nya puberty a waso awale obetima awale no but time Muhammad e kwogige na awale no onyanya puberty enti adenti na akwa si oba onyanya puberty na ye say in Islam mo no me be man no zakanaik no ebetimi hu akora wadi mfie 3 no wadi mfie 4 wadi mfie no awale akora no according to the puberty, I know another. Sign of partners. Debbie, it was a onyen puberty now, and son and also so onyen puberty with 5. Now, because when you puberty 5 into a woman, they say, Oba Wallen, a different story. But time Muhammad, they Wallen, no onyen and puberty. One cosina wo, among us, cosina wa, almost a Wallen, wife, no a wife already. But and then I want to die, no, we didn't feel now. Consummation is after on the die. Until I don't want to die, no, we didn't feel now. But it didn't feel as distance, they were between 6 and 9, no, you will hadith to hold my extra at the contra, okay, but the better was screen so. Until one man source, and you ever deal with her say, or my cassa source, and I'm the better money in our say, okay. Moment to so.
And he married Nana Aisha at 6, and because Aisha had not reached puberty, he stayed in the house of Abu Bakr until he reached the age of puberty at 9, before even the Prophet was reminded by Abu Bakr that he had to come for his wife. And because Aisha had not reached puberty, he stayed in the house of Abu Bakr until he reached the age of puberty at 9, before even the Prophet was reminded by Abu Bakr that he had to come for.
And according to him, no, now Aisha, no onyanya, Odi says no onyanya and puberty. Into onyanya and puberty, no, and they didn't call prof, and they answered a but Nokware, according to Oman Casa source, no, so what I say, because a bubble and 7 papa we kind of, you know. According to Oman Casa source, no, Aisha, now we didn't call not onyanya and puberty. Oni Muhammad no onyanya and puberty. I the content e kasa no e hadith we say okay. Me the betre mo screen so sisi a. E ma mo nyina ma hunu bi. Ye wo hadith ho no ma e confirm match say da bi na Aisha onyanya ne den onyanya ne puberty. Okay? Ye wo hadith no ho no enti se bia Sethoo me ka kire mo say me kasape me present me case no me evidence bi bia e wo screen so no na mo nyina ma den na ma hunu bi. Woman heard hadith we saying okay. We hadith Sahih Buhari Sahin, okay, and authentic no authentic hadith. I mean mananya big kakra na among for hunubi, okay. And the heard hadith we are it's here for and yes Sethoo no na make kasa wa say and me no asem na me de kasa wa say according to the sheikh no me ati say na Aisha wa den na wonya ne puberty, okay. And the hadith neka or say and me friend and no program no so no hadith we na me kan kire no me kan hadith we e was screen so kire wo na me de kire mo ha say no me kan kire say na Aisha na kasa wo ha say Aisha na ankasa the mother of the believers or say I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the prophet and to odibroniba na odibroniba di agro in the presence of the prophet, okay. And my girl into once are in the presence of the prophet, but it's all prophets in channel no oni ni fie prophet nchen ye come another hadith be clarify bibia to know prophet nchen no oni ni papa fie, okay. And my girlfriends, okay, and my girlfriends also used to play with me when Allah's messenger used to enter into ordinary or fear the odi agro e prophet nchen. Allah's messenger used to enter my dwelling place. Someone say into ono dwelling place omo place or no prophet nchen. They used to hide themselves. It's the prophet never wanna na omo hide themselves. But the prophet will call them to join and play with me. The prophet will call them say, oh, that be my banti ba monko, mumra na mumedi agro, mumani Aisha medi agro, okay. And the point in here, the playing with dolls and similar images, okay, is forbidden. Playing with dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. According to almost source, Aisha na kasa wa say no, the girl no had not yet reached the age of puberty. Enunti enana otimidi bro ni bani di agro. Enunti ena odi bro ni bani di agro momenti shake ni bion.
His wife. Nana Aisha had a very lovely marriage. He was married to the best of mankind. He was married, and even let me tell you, it was Nana Aisha's father, Abu Bakr, that even paid the bride price for Nana Aisha to be married to the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. And he married Nana Aisha at 6. And because Aisha had not reached puberty, he stayed in the house of Abu Bakr until he reached the age of puberty at 9, before even the Prophet was reminded by Abu Bakr that he had to come for his wife.
Therefore, according to him, there, what's the Onyan puberty na sana de honum, okay? But hadith ne can see an say, no Aisha timid brony bani diagro, because say not Onyan puberty. A month for we can say, there be not a dear bam. Nay, Aisha na fear and no brony bani diagon, prophet never honor now man for and guess no carbon and tissa. And what can say Aisha papa ne chia says the can so you need minim source now use no, because Muslims do more kasa. Or no bet can be there without proving anything. But the member can't because I'm improving them, then I make improve. To no case Aisha Papa ni Chia Muhammad Kano. Prove no way. Bora says Sethoo, the fact that she was playing with dolls doesn't mean white dolls. Men can't say white dolls today. Bora. Tell me so men can't say or she was playing with white dolls. Anna. Me can't white dolls, but she was playing with dolls. Me say broniba aso. Me can't chocho be arase bibisa. I'm far say me can't. I'm a man for the. It didn't mean minimum me can't. But I mean can't say a white dolls and I say bibisa. But I mean can't say. How do we say that? You can't say with three more apart from chocho be and I say bibisa. Okay, it's not all the chocho be dia grow, but or the dolls dia grow. The minimum say broniba, but in your specific say sa broniba ni okay. Sa na opache dia. Sorry. It's according to her, no, according to we say the Sheikh Hafiz ne there, Aisha papa ne twa says can minim source na wonye free no and go betima present bibi a kire dan ke be nice, okay? There were more hadith wo honom. Yeah, but was it just say dolls, but me can twi ma me can say so me person me translate by twi ma and me cancel broni ba no. Because I don't mean okay, Arab dolls. Okay, we see when can say Arab dolls. Now the Arabian for eba a diagro. Because I never carry. But I hope someone in Matia say not specific say you brony ba to say brony ba no did. Matia say bora man cause Sethoo. Okay, it's shaking sa na work or repeating many times say na Aisha when you're in puberty. Or say na Aisha no when you're in puberty. Okay, Akriaba. Okay, Akriaba. We say Akriaba. Aisha was playing with Akriaba, okay? About we better say Akriaba in the band no did agro, eh?
Aisha reached the age of puberty before the marriage was consummated. If you read the hadith, Aisha reached the age of puberty before the marriage was consummated. If you read the hadith,
it's what kind many times for video num say Aisha reached the age of puberty before the marriage was consummated, okay? It's verse 9 that chem was screen so na mo nyina mo hunu bi no e kire say na Aisha no she was still allowed to pray with the dolls, no the broni bani di agro e di entra because as onyanya in puberty, because as she was still a child. It's that omamo source na e ka kire wa say, okay? It's another source being by kire mo na mama hunu bi say Aisha no onye den na oti Muhammad in chain, but now the broni bani di agro still, okay? All the broni bani di agro still. Ye wo hadith be bro say ya ye be boni nyina echi one by one. Mr. Ma mon share video mon share mama, okay? Enti according to omo source any eba be depend so ha say, okay? E die be nti na Aisha ye wale no fie 6 no ekosi 9 no na Muhammad on na have on na under, okay? According to sources no omo source mama fangu screen so bi on na mo hunu bi, okay? Na mama so mon jeje before myself the sheikhs ni beka bia no ye bebo akire na mama so mo hunu the sheikh ni beka bia no ye bebo akire. Enti egu ha say ono Sahih Buhari enye Sethoo eno masem, okay? The prophet Aisha na ekasa wa say no the prophet, okay? Or say the prophet engaged me when I was a girl of 6 years. We went to Medina and stayed at the home of Bani Harith or Kotna Bani Honum, okay? Then I got ill. Some say the prophet no they went to Medina and then she got ill. But Sheikh Ndo person catch say prophet no wale Aisha no na Aisha otene ma memo honum sa and then but sanyi sana story no kano. Enti Aisha oyaleye she got ill and her hair fell down. the 3 minutes shall say to 2 or yale akra wedding faces no yale ye no the 3 minutes shall say to 2 no so what say and until Muhammad stay away from her until later on my hair grew again until the 3 minutes shall say about back and my mother Ruman okay came to me while I was playing in a swing with some of my girlfriends. Someone say until the 3 minutes I say about back no after the hotel no okay and then man be fan. She called me and I went to her not knowing what she wanted to do to me. Where Aisha no masem tini man be fan onu she caught me by the hands and made me stand at the door of the house. I was breathless then, and when my breath became all right, okay? Where your mama saws, she took some water and rubbed my face and hands with it. Ablution was the same, but mama tibi. Then she took me into the house. There in the house, I saw some Ansari women who said, best wishes, and Allah blessed, and good luck. Good luck, no, okay? Okay? Then she entrusted me to them. Then she entrusted me to them. They prepared me for the marriage. Unexpectedly, Allah's apostle came to me in that forenoon, and my mother handed me over to him. Tinye Aisha no on otono ni ma me abusuafo na ye bibia ono ya akra ofolo ni ma be kan bi obeye samote ti we nyem me so it's that I have a prophet in the kwakoda no o te say prophet in the kwakoda no prophet na kwako stay. And that time I was a girl of 9 years of age. And that time when she was a girl of 9 years at age, and Muhammad was 50s in his 50s. Someone say Muhammad was in his 50s and the girl was 9 years old. But Muhammad no didn't count no didn't feel 6. And Sana or train because or yale na 3 minutes to 2. She was sick. She got sick. Okay. Then I got ill. Okay, until 93 minutes to 2. Some mama who be. Until prophet no they didn't call later no hotel no 3 minutes to 2. I said I got ill and my hair fell down. So later on my hair grew again no and my mother and I didn't call her and the baby happen. Now and as I official to Muhammad I had wawale again no. Bibia official no only at the age of 9 consummation also at the age of 9 bibia interest no when the period bia ha say enya hu bibia say na when the period and I say we do puberty and statisa okay but claim now shake ni make no obeka bibia me search another source bi obeka bibia okay ti mo me to aso ha say.
So please okay. You have Sethoo SSK.
Aisha reached the age of puberty before the marriage was consummated. If you read the hadith.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you clear and loud.
Thank you very much. Yes, we can hear you clearly. So please, you have just about 1 minute to ask your question because we have a lot of questions now. Right down here, we still have Bra Isa, we have Jabani, we have Pascal. So we want to get to these people. So please, you have 1 minute to ask your question, and then the speaker you're asking the question to has 2 minutes to answer. So please, your 1 minute start right now.
Okay, a tier for no hadith back no hadith na mpese me de kire mo no. Say na Muhammad ya wale again na again wo nyanya ne puberty no okay. Me hadith no ase ma me fangu screen so for the meantime. Na mu nyina mo hunu bi okay. Wale again na again nyanya den. Na onyanya on again da na onyanya ne puberty okay. Mo hwe hadith ne ne. Enti according to Aisha na nkasa bion okay. Sawesu Sahih Muslim Muscat almaz ene gwa ne gwa say no okay mo me mbodi na me break it you know Aisha na kasa wa say no or say I was playing with dolls in the prophet's house. Some say it's not Aisha wa better ni kunu fie honum. She was playing with dolls in prophet's house. It's not our prophet ni fie honum no. But you can't say another source no I say the playing with dolls no and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time as she was little girl, not yet to reach the age of puberty. Where your man ka some source say the shake ni kan no and they judge what say was your match na the judge and yam na metre until that time no na enye allowed say oba na when you puberty no so when you puberty dia won't me fa bro ni ben dia agro when you akra bion. But na Aisha onyanya no puberty until she was allowed to use broniba ekriaba what fache be okay enu ekriaba no she was allowed to use ekriaba to play puberty enyem na make say wa say no source ne go say no Aisha say I was playing with dolls in the house of the prophet in the prophet's house. I was playing with dolls in the prophet's house and I had companions who played with me. It was in the house of the prophet. And in the number for one this I had it no one for and share one of the house now because there be never penny fear no dear grown a prophet never honor man or there be but this one it says in the house of the prophet. Okay, but and was so. But when God's messenger entered, they would withdraw from him. He would then send them to me and they would play with me. Okay, Buhari and Muslim. Samote, into we say no, e prove say Aisha na onyanya in puberty. Tama Muhammad, no one Muhammad awalia or ma consummating marriage now, or Ti Muhammad fear no. Na onyanya in puberty because no one the bro anybody agro, or na for the bro anybody agro. According to our sources, no, and yes, I told him, don't blame me because a good screen is on say the playing with dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time as she was a little girl, not a woman, not a young woman. She was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. So she was allowed to play with it. So when you're in puberty, there. After the on team for Brony Banning, on team for Cabanin Diagrobion. What about our cost be too much? On team for Cabanin Diagrobion. Some would be weighing yes a toe source into the shake and they come as say no, and I say, and Yanada, when to shake Nibion.
Aisha reached the age of puberty before the marriage was consummated. If you read the hadith,
Mote, it's Mote the Okano, it's why didn't I am Jumasiano, almost callousness the Omatreno. Any and some no more cano, and after they way cano, they shake half Hafiz cano. My friend Apple who says told him, Baba man pressure. Me catch him, is the or move trans no more Casadia, on back candy opposite would see, opposite would say. Time will be a sao, but all boy moon sem ne cheap, no or move at Omocase, we enemy of Islam, but member I make cano crano, saying almost source necan, so when you are shame, over candy or source so cano. Ube candy was source can the source necessary Aisha now or the Ronibadi or the Equabadi agro. How it say? Who say Tibio?
Nana Aisha had a very lovely marriage. He was married to the best of mankind. He was married, and even let me tell you, it was Nana Aisha's father, Abu Bakr, that even paid the bride price for Nana Aisha to be married to the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. And he married Nana Aisha at 6, and because Aisha had not reached puberty, he stayed in the house of Abu Bakr until he reached the age of puberty at 9, before even the Prophet was reminded by Abu Bakr that he had to come for his wife.
Therefore, Mote, it is done or no can I say no, but source now me the good screen is my who be no, and saying that be okay. Now Aisha will prophet ni fear hold diagro, but not the broniba ne diagro. Obia or the broniba diagro biano, onyandu the poverty, according to Omamo sources, okay. Another hadith bion, screen is about marriage, the treatment of wives, okay. Say now hadith in also come has say, and also another proof which just say, now Aisha, not what Mohammed fear honum, no the broniba diagro, or the broniba diagro quandia, and I say onyan and poverty. Semote, into hadith, another hadith bion, or say Aisha. Told that when God's messenger arrived after the expedition of Tabuk, or Hunai, the wind raised an end of the curtain okay, which was placed before her storeroom. It's I prophet never if you know, and I'm from a boy, and the storeroom baby or keep on the storeroom the curtains ni be revealing into a be curtains a be and saying okay, curtains are a be saying no, you was stored about could be on from Zainab and Zaid, and also curtains been a be and a prophet ni who maybe and a assembly and a different story, a kind of next time. Okay, revealing some doors which belongs to her. The prophet nearby, if you know, and a boy, you know, some doors which would belong to her. He asked, the prophet he asked her what this was, and she replied that they were her dolls. The oba or the dolls, no, I will fear on them. Some say it's almost can say no, not get when puberty, no, when menstruate and Nokware. Tipo how would fear on them, dolls no on them. Maybe the story when you among them he saw a horse with wings made of rags and asked what that was that he was among them, that he saw among them. And Muhammad who a horse with wings made of rags, no but say ponko no okra wings we say no okay who be that okay. She said okay and all kinds of same. She told him it was a horse, and when he asked what it was that it had on it, and she replied that that it had wings. He said a horse with wings, a horse with wings. She replied, have you not heard that Solomon had horses with wings? She said, and as Muhammad the said, hey, na ponko or what atabai. And again they catch Muhammad say, now won't see Muhammad Solomon's story, and Solomon had a horse with wings. That story where him from. Meaning baby meaning because meaning shows the Bible no a woman says Solomon had a horse with wings. So but Aisha they know when him that story we say no catch Muhammad say. Now want that story with that she said that he laughed so heartily that she could see back his back teeth. And no can't actually Muhammad after the Muhammad a chia was three sama ehun say the do mu nneema nyina. Enyam na make kasa wa say. Sebote. Enti Aisha Muhammad fear honum no na o broni ba honum. Broni ba no you can only play with dolls no if you are not little girl unyan do puberty and ade broni ba no be di agro. Me show screen ni nyina so e ma mo nyina mo hunu be okay. We ye Islam. Did the shake ne kan honum no na me kas me na clear am man fo hunu bi say you can say my Aisha had the period no ontimi prove evidence bia. Asemba kwa kan ya odi gina so akasa ne say Aisha say obadi mfie 9 waduru puberty. Obedi na wakasa say obadi mfie 9 waduru puberty. Enye obi waduru na bia na waduru puberty. What they say enye enti onu gina so ye wo hadith bia menya hu hadith no me try say me check hadith ma hunu onu okeka asem bi but okot me hunu sa page na me wono suna.com ha say no. That's a statement that can me hunu baby e wo. Okay, tina me can say on provide evidence we want to provide. O my hear video no me frɛ no am for be frɛ me frɛ no o me hear the okan wa say no okay.
About now.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you both of you for this beautiful debate. But this question I have it goes to the Mallam Hafiz, okay?
I know it goes to me. I know, don't worry. I know it goes to me.
I tell for one who say I know it goes to me. Just say omo me videos no. Omo hear me videos no. Omo pretend this omo hunu ye. But omo try pe so omo be ebi na me ye wa say no. The okan no and e expose no. And omo hear me videos no. Omo nim. Tina you take you over on social media so no. I just omo yan hawazam. Omo yan hawaza so dia me yan do that level no. Enti I omo yan twi mu no omo kan sem na enye sa na Quran ne kan enye sa na hadith ne kan don be kan bia ne betima we expose because it's here na clear no Aisha no onyanya ne puberty and Muhammad and ne kodae omo so omo timi prove bia interest na Aisha no onyanya ne puberty sa na omo kan de omo do mano ne kan no because of that interval na e wo hono no between 6 and 9 omo be ka senka Muhammad na nka opese one ne daddy a enka obede kono ne better 6 na but no onyanya ne puberty nti na otwen man ne kodu 9 no sa na omo claim okay but that statement no is there another hadith just na Aisha na oyale. So what you say na oyale. Enti ye betime prove na Aisha yale nti na ebia Muhammad twen ye. But again nti na ono twen sa age no yenim. Na Aisha na onyanya ne puberty so a how say a decent man, a messenger of God oba onyanya ne puberty no obekwa kwa ware no emfa ho se Bible no Yesu mpo kire se oba no wo hwe ne last wo de wani kura mpo hwe no wo lastly kura mpo na den a bone wa commit already. That is how a Bible mpo kire. But Islam de onyanya ne puberty was a small girl 50 plus na akura wadi 6 na watimi asene pe sa wo say ada onyanya ne puberty onyanya bibia na wasene pe e na obenya sa atenka we say krampo di ama abofra nti enne because ono aka say Muhammad is the perfect example for us to follow no ye wa man for mu follow Muhammad follow Muhammad footsteps no en kranketwa akura betimi de pocky krampo adada no akura en kra o ma dwene mu bie o to ice cream ba ko no yogurt fine milk ono ano no uga se di ntina sebe amanfo timi use that advantage we say no omode kidnap nkura nketenkete eno one say ombo say oh brame so ma to fine milk na to ba ko ma yourself me to ko to fine milk we brame na o so to ba ko fa akura ketwa so on small 80 on you bibia ho obeto koku ba ko kra ma na obetini na akofie the prophet mua almost that time there na ye normal. But time when I call no onyanya and puberty, it didn't about why I cry onyanya and puberty. Some not so pastor ni busa shake no, but shake na answer that question no. Okay, one time answer question no. It me videos no muhunu clear no, omuhunu me videos no, but omunti me nyeden. Instant the omunti me try some be reply because be expose more. Expose more. Okay, wait here.
Because you keep on saying Aisha, she had menstruation, she was at puberty. But can you provide any evidence? Because I have a hadith which says she was not yet menstruated, she didn't have a puberty. But you are saying she had a puberty. Sahih Buhari 6130. It says Aisha was allowed to play with dolls because playing with dolls was not allowed. But she was allowed to do so because she had not yet reached her puberty. But you keep on saying she had a puberty, but the hadith clearly says she did not have a puberty at that age when she married Prophet Muhammad. Let me try to use the rest of my minutes to seconds to read this hadith, okay? It says...
No, you have just 1 second, so I'm sorry about that.
Let me read the hadith so that people will just know. It's very short hadith.
All right. Okay, go on.
It's Sahih Buhari 6130. It says, I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's messenger used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the prophet will call them to join and play with me. The playing with the dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. That is Sahih Buhari, and that is
I wish my brother you can let us see the hadith, because what you are saying is a commentary of the hadith, not the hadith itself. What
I am saying is a commentary of the hadith. After the no me quote to hadith man no me hadith is a commentary of the hadith. As I saying, I don't even understand me. That statement we say me try say me do know say me hunu me dey my kind hadith no me that trem screen so me say be screen so be okay. Hadith when I me kind was screen so see ya the trem no. Hadith ni okay, and the good screen so no. Or say what I said where Aisha na kasa mo books no. O mo books Sahih Buhari where na me kind me 6130 and I me Aisha and I make me read this statement when me didn't can read no first time on actually okay. That's a me read it beyond. It me kind we say chere no and o claim say hadith na me kind chere is a commentary of the hadith. As I just say me kind hadith chere was it or me hadith we say a commentary of the hadith. That's skipped niched. Timohuno it me buy na me kind say asem we say no expose the my do into opekwan bi agege ne ho moment
it is the commentary of the hadith by the person who actually narrated the hadith.
So let's you 6130. It says, I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's messenger used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the prophet will call them to join and play with me. the playing with the dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. That is Sahih Buhari, and that is
I wish my brother you can let us see the hadith, because what you are saying is a commentary of the hadith, not the hadith itself. What you just mentioned, it is the commentary of the hadith by the person who actually narrated the hadith.
I don't know
so
if you can see it on the. The is the commentary of the hadith, not the hadith itself. As such as saying, a hadith in the Guaseno, a Aisha the narrative. Aisha on no can some now a finance almost Aisha on a prophet no wallen through Aisha and Aisha to me and narrative over 2,000 hadiths. And Aisha, according to Mama source, my grading say authentic. Me the chair on the screen so no me can you know was him oh meet me the children and I made the children must say and I made that child. Into a seminar walking. Oh no, what you mean be chere normally come we no almost use StreamYard and a year come to my share screen on come to my share say be the evidence no or the big screen so I'm a man for who be but say me catch him say to the guys we omo kasa obetima can be e dia embarrass wo obetima frɛ no wa ma me 3 question bi e be me nya answer no omo dia asre me but bon say ono omtimi ma answer be correct sa na tie dem bia no mo try some be defame wo omo look small on be can be a show, on be can be a big one masse. But ye per answer pan there or munti be my. Do I say hadith no and yet I said me okay, me nim the okay can cramp no hadith in a good screen so no for. I used to play with dolls in the presence of the prophet. So or in the bro everybody they are growing in the presence of the prophet. And a guanum say the playing with dolls no okay and similar images. The playing with a kiaba and the similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. Udru age of puberty is over for you. Untimi nyusu sa ade webio. Timahu how was Sethoo? They say the mama source be exposed omo. Untimi this only sa hadith we say untimi.
So let's try to see the hadith.
No, don't worry, go on, brother. Sorry, go on, brother Hafiz. Go on with your response, please. Brother Hafiz, go on with your response.
All right, so what I was saying is that from Nana Aisha's own mouth, she stated in a very clear hadith that if a woman reaches 9, the woman have reached womanhood. That means the woman have reached puberty.
But if for someone say, into no response to me, my some can say, Aisha say. So obedi in fear naya wadru the puberty. Even na Aisha can say, I don't make a statement we say. A man in our money pana. Obebi deny wadru the puberty. But ono mu kwapona no puberty. Into ono only statement be a say Aisha would drew the puberty and son obi ne kwakoda. Only bibisa the all can say Aisha say obedru naya when you puberty. We as some me metimaka. Metimaka says ya obedru naya when you puberty. A good statement. Aisha na ekasa. Aisha was a messenger of God. Sana Allah can't tell na. Until one ye team prove case or I say, but on this now some now what can say Aisha say no. And look up me who baby Aisha can't be this. Until argument original so I can say Aisha say or bedroom fear na when you're puberty. Aisha will authorities say. There's authority from Aisha no. Samote Sethoo me say omunye study. Muntie bien entwaso.
And I'm telling you that the prophet actually married Nana Aisha at the age of 6. So what was the need for her to consummate the marriage later? So the need was that Nana Aisha was pubescent. She was not in her puberty as at that time. So she has to wait until when she attained puberty. Now let me tell you.
For someone who excuse them me kind before, and so what can I say? Into another part said Muhammad Wallen is 6, no. Also no what train. Is that and train no because no what train in the puberty. But you had it now military most queen so no or train because of saying na oyale. Na Aisha, she felt sick. She was ill. Okay? I mean for most queen to be on a moon be Aisha no oyale onya yale etono. Accept tono, okay? Into any good queen so no. Then I got ill and my hair fell down. Okay, into wale no. Has your match and say the prophet engaged me when I was 6. When I was a girl of 6 years. Okay. We went to Medina and stayed at the home of Bani. Okay. Then I got ill. Odi 6 no. Oyale, Aisha yale. Obi 3 shall say to 2 and yet 1 or 2 days asem. Obi a oyale. Bibi ya akura. Or no, Obi shall say ni 3 minutes shall say to 2. 3 minutes to 2 and ya there 2 days asem. And it take time. Of course. Common sense, logic, they kasa wa say it take time, okay? Until me chose say. Then I got ill, my hair fell down. Later on, my hair grew again. The process I take so will be a yale and the training to 2, and that's the training to 2. Then later on, the 3 minutes ababaka. It take time. It take time. Anyway, or do no cancer, David Mohammed, and my chain, said the buyer obedient puberty, but only prove be only prove be my say a no more chain. But at least the better for our best, we say no, here the general worker say, okay, while you're laying to more chain, also prove what they say. You see how no P black 2, grandpa Frey, P black 2, Jabani, P black Michel, or no Frey, put or catch or more honum. Or mamma sauce no, Sahino, after the Omon Pebion. Uko Bible ni ma, the Bible ni mo bia most agree for the fairness but Islam the ube drew one of my pet near friend of pick and choose. What the channel not 2021 we say no, the old channel and fair and da or some pet and ya accepted. A people crumble to me took the whole hadith in only Quran and Kwani depend also. Timama Hunubi Sethoo and a exposing Kofono Aseno.
At the time you said the prophet was entering Nana Aisha. That was the time Nana Aisha was staying with the father Abu Bakr. So the prophet used to go there. Now, what you have to understand.
Okay, it was a man school. Was a prophet. Entire prophet was not on Abu Bakr. No, Abu Bakr if you want man. Or na Silfi honor. Asel, aka best friend, companion. Tell it a powerful. I quite quite to say. Mimi who say okay. Obi a powerful man. Be to say Idi Amin. Yan can say Idi Amin. Idi Amin case of power bar. Obey don't say there be. Imagine that time Idi Amin a guy will say horrible man or case of power won't mean denying guy. We just our some better. The Muhammad or a powerful Obi or no case of power don't say there be for Obama no. To me a crack guy Muhammad no. Obana case of Obi and the man of course, but it doesn't mean say you good. And they can bet me distinguish Muhammad from other prophets no. Because yeah, dear, but the Muhammad ye be and I was be at this time because we a prophet for everlasting. And the Muhammad dear now I was a follow no. Yeah, Sheikh Mallam we say no can be say bia to me for 7th century no and compare 21st century. But a man that can say Muhammad is the best example forever. A better than can say Muhammad is the best example forever. But to me for 7th century no compare. And the wadi be one of Muhammad ye ya yenti me nyebi. That means that we no to ye knowledge say na nye. So teze no e de be na Yesu ye ya na nye. Obetima ka bibia kire. Ade bia Yesu ye na enye. Ye bi sese na ye shameful. Nye fan compare. E de be ya. De we ye kwampo obi ntimi follow Yesu de e de be na Yesu so ye ya obetima ka sa de we de ntimi nyebi. So teze na and yes, sir, Muhammad, so your best example forever there. And what's the oye biano? 3,000 years to come, crap on Obi me follow. And the 80 change system, no, na yet me kase bia, Obi me wale, where Zakanaik, or Muslim country, or call bank, you can say Indonesia, and I say baby, sir, or Nigeria, so to say, or call Muslim, baby, Muslims for no, call wale akora wedding fear 6. Or didn't do USA, you bet Duano, you bet capture this here, that be almost accepted, sir. Won't me for a crowd wedding faces in the Drew country, so it's yes, a new tune, and yard papa, to Mohammed, San and church, we say no, obedient to me follow the Samre. No, until you better you follow Obia, you can say your best example, but the examples need to be follow. So better you can say one of the best examples, but our privileges be obedient to me follow Mohammed to me wale more than 4. Mean to me follow, but into one your advantage you bet into maybe a man here best no because on no more than privilege I want mean to be maybe. Namote enti sana kokobano say obana wo de omamo source check your man utimu say or some say no either say you ignore certain things ube ignore Now what can that be? Now who defend it? But about prove no facts they are a different story. Okay.
Is that the marriage was actually consummated in the house of Abu Bakr. At the behest of Abu Bakr himself. So what I am saying is that the hadith you just quoted, the hadith, I wish we can.
I say me try say me send this hadith when I'm there come more link in more me free on and I'm sending you know sa link na hadith na me botchem say me send call link ni mo no say the be ya e bia omo mo ho no be hunu sa link no omo mo comment ase ho no. Nti ye do omo books say e check omo guy we person ka say da bi Abubakar ni kura mpo fie ho no but da bi omo say omo call Medina omo free Mecca or omo call Medina and then no ho no call wale. No matter say na nti do omo source na den e check omo no e say bebre ho no by video we say no enche bia me the telephone lines beto ho no ma me nya ni say okay I mean try where me nya nya bi da me the link na to link to I say okay wa person ofre bia na also be so obaso no chat no so okay me the link na to screen at honum so fa link na also beti aba na also ba be share idea okay e bia me ka bi wa say me mam bad information enti sa na wa frɛ sa bi na adusua enya atem didie ti de me ka bia na e wrong no also wo ho kwan ne say also correct me but me the good screen so me try say me the good screen so okay but omonti be frɛ de obefrɛ bia na onim say ozi omohunu trick na omohunu say so frɛ na even so utimi ekeka bibi editwa gige wo ho say na at the moment na ya record later the member back the all kind bia no we will go and do the research in the problem so omutimi frɛ na omutimi de ensem azan intro bi krampo defend it as in see ya okay Matthias here the all kind ni na no ya record tichina you go your whole research verse bi abeka bia asem abeka bia ne kwakọ your whole research yeah aside about back someone went I din ama wo mo but me so ayina go screen so okay mo so bora kan asem bi wa ha say them make us enkura de o ma adwunu sua no enkura adwunu sua but say hina ye enkura ni bi da so ye enkura bi ntia me dey make example no by bora say Sethoo e na me hu sa na we say hina because me ya akura da akura keto de me so me wo ba so mo betimi me ma me kodwuma ba o say me ba beto poki abrewo so they say that me kai say tema me sua no na queens ne wo ho no mo okay ntina ebia you can say ebia 20 queens ya ma me queens 2 na pipa no pipa money no baako but pipa money baako na edo so che queens no but na me sister no o mutime ka say o me ma osika mienu na wa ma me sika baako na o ma ji pipa na frem sem no ma me sika mienu so me me dey queens mienu a envalue hwe but me hu no say me kura mienu na wo kura baako so what say eya nkura da nti satan enema bi wo ho no na obetimi de ehunu adekonti etesa o ma me kokrom o se me ba me topoki abrewo so what say no what that no akwa je na chidi o se ko me ba me topoki abrewo no je na chidi o ka se obehia mo ha se abekọ because of pokinti obaye nema bebre wo honom okay enti mo de moment to aso e be bo Timothy frɛ wo honom Sheikh Timothy de akwa politicians say no me bo no so video de akire mo okay
have the hadith on the screen so that we can actually access the hadith.
To join and play with me. The playing with the dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. That is Sahih Buhari, and that is
I wish, my brother, you can let us see the hadith, because what you are saying is a commentary of the hadith, not the hadith itself. What you just mentioned, it is the commentary of the hadith by the person who actually narrated the hadith.
I don't know so if you can see it on the...
So let's try to see the hadith.
No, don't worry. Go on, brother. Sorry, go on, brother. Brother Hafiz, go on with your response, please. Brother Hafiz, go on with your response.
All right. So what I was saying is that from Nana Aisha's own mouth, she stated in a very clear hadith that if a woman reaches 9, the woman have reached womanhood. That means the woman has reached puberty. And I'm telling you that the prophet actually married Nana Aisha at the age of 6. So what was the need for her to consummate the marriage later? So the need was that Nana Aisha was pubescent. She was not in her puberty as at that time. So she has to wait until when she attained puberty. Now let me tell you, that time you said the prophet was entering Nana Aisha, that was the time Nana Aisha was staying with the father Abu Bakr. So the prophet used to go there. Now, what you have to understand is that the marriage was actually consummated in the house of Abu Bakr, at the behest of Abu Bakr himself. So what I am saying is that the hadith you just put,
okay,
the hadith, I wish we can have the hadith on the screen so that we can actually assess the hadith.
All right, so thank you very much. We appreciate you, bruh.
And this about crampo Sethoo me can be I'm approving my evidence, I'm approving my point in now. Okay, I'm interested in my comment. Maybe I'll be and some people are saying now. The source nego when something Sethoo came on the show and he directed his questions to the Muslim guys. Okay, kind of say Isaac Coleman. Watch your comment. I mean, kind of because Isaac Coleman and they said. Okay, Isaac Coleman I was saying. When Samson Sethoo Kwabena SSK came on the show and he directed his questions to the Muslims, no, okay, guy and Muslim guy, they said, I know you will call direct, meaning the guy, my program, no, I'm a friend, I know who say, yes, my friend, I know who say, to me program, me na me bekasa, e komano, my friend, I know who ye, na is omo videos, no, but omo yen say bia, Omon kasa about the videos, no. But who hear me? So one kaso, provided your sources need evidence in your good screen. So I'm for who be in your course, no. Okay, but just say at the moment, no, and not in hear me, no. Say I'm for be share videos, ni ya discuss it. And not me say program, no. Host now we say program, then run or can declare say a beautiful thing say be a Muslim, a Muslim and a Christian. Ghanaians and a Nigerian or Nigeria and we move Ghana and we were Hasabia we Ghana we were cry crop on a baby we will Kumasi but and a kasa about something obi no fighting no killing no also that be say how you bet me a kasa near share opinions near can be okay and yet attempt the back crampo but the shaking can one azan moment shake
a question to ask the pastor. The pastor was saying that that the pastor was saying that before an angel appears to you, right? Before an angel appears to you, the angel must come in a form of human form, right? And if he comes, you'll be afraid. And at the end of the day, the angel must consult you. Is he saying this based on his knowledge, or does he have any biblical scriptures to support that his argument that when you are afraid, at the end of the day, the angel must consult you, or he must, I don't know how to put it, but that was what he was saying. Does he have any biblical scriptures or any Quranic scripture to, back up his argument?
Yes, it's here for Timothy question over was saying, say, okay, Pastor make it claim and say, Muhammad. The first revelation now we okay. Onim de be attack no Muhammad na kasa no. Onim ni pakro be attack no. Onim ni pakro na nka bibia nkyere no. E die be ne digital so hu say the oba Muhammad honom na a messenger from God. Why them ebe hu at that moment the Muhammad from that cave honom no till so ko dru fie no na onim de attack onim no idea. And the shaking it can say pastor ni busa sa shaking say Mallam Hafiz say in the Bible no anasa say past angel biaba obi ho no man okay angel no be comfort to nipa krono later because nipa krono ebia osro ebia wonya fie bi kra woni mu a later the angel no be man say oye angel from God obe prove bi a say oye angel so but Muhammad situation there ye need evidence bi a say the oba Muhammad honom no eye angel Muhammad nipa kono attack Muhammad emia Muhammad squeeze Muhammad de ahopopo ne kofie okodru fie no still onim odwe say bibi ha no Muhammad say I'm shaking or say something is wrong with me Muhammad be say bibi ha no onim de to no samote I just say omoko okodru Christ ne cousin waraka ye friend waraka ne honom na omoko akonya entiase ne say the oba Muhammad honom the one hunu bi no onim the oba oni honom wante asem amokan wan hunu bi oni hobi ono le betima be kan kire Muhammad na okọ ba bi na okọ e be attack ne say the oba attack onu ye angel ono no o Christo no o twerɛ Bible nti eye Christo Jews ni Christo ni bi no and obesave is Muslim or obema Islam oponya stand because Muhammad na mo onim enti Timothy busa say ehimfa na guy no pastor no de trimu na ekasa na pastor no de be no gina so a o de beka say angel bi aba won chen a age say oye bibi de kire wo Quran ebi wom angel ne ba Mary honom no o squeeze Mary that be or introduce himself and say introduce himself yes or introduce himself or can say I am only a messenger from your Lord. What is angel no introduce himself say or a messenger from or a messenger. Quran chapter 19 verse number 18. As our Bible Zachariah so the same thing also Obon Empire say alam eman bano. Okay, yanko Zachariah Quran chapter 19 verse number 7. E wo honum I mean find mo screen so no. Enti angels na mo ba Quran mo krampo no omo so prove say omo ye angels. Omo ametake obia. Enti ye examples e wo Quran mu. Enti the Timothy busa say or in the trimu na ekasa anase de no. Ono onim ni Quran onim hwe. Onim mo say angels ne ba Jesus ye wo no na oba Quran Mary ne ba ye no. Jesus can say or kasa kire wo no kasa or a messenger from Allah or introduce himself. Time will be no be free Allah be no or mo introduce ourselves Jesus nipa kro no be attacking Muhammad no or no kwa na wa introduce himself e de ben pa na betimi de gina so aka say the obe attacking Muhammad e wo cave honom no or angel. That very first time no Islam beginning no e de ben na betimi de gina so aka say ayampa that one obe attacking Muhammad no ayampa no angel ye obi prove be any honom. Later on, and omo assume say a angel about Muhammad honum. But ye ni angel bia or be attack a man for in this manner. Now obia one kind from so angel. Ye ni bibi sa honum. Samote. Enti mo me anko Quran no ke mo be hunu say angel ne ba Mary honum no. Onu so okase me ye messenger from a messenger from Allah. Samote Quran chapter 19 verse number 18. Yen checking where. Okay, me the good screen so mo hwe bi okay. Enti angel ne ba and Mary honum no. And Mary say, enti Emma say, angel ne ba Mary honum. She said, I take refuge from you in the most and in the most merciful. Should you be righteous? Okay. And enti sana angel ne ba Mary honum no sana Mary kan and angel ne ka na Mary didn't say eh Nyankopon po na aba ne nchen. So what is and angel ne ka say he said, I am only a messenger of your Lord to give you a gift of a pure son. And the angel no exchange say there be or a messenger one attack Mary. You need proof be say angel be ba attack will be. I just say Muhammad. And the Sheikh Timothy Awal, the Timothy social media guy no where a clear proof no. The angel no one attack Mary. And to prove back no say angel never be for the first time. Story we say no any Quran more where a Quran no on narrated they happen to Mary no. Sabote into way or narrated they told Mary that time no. Into they told Mary that time no angel no attack Mary. That was the first time that angel never catch Mary say Mary be wo Yesu no. Wa attack no. Okay. You go verse 7 now. Okay, Zachariah Muntebi, okay. In the Quran, okay, Zachariah also epeba. And I can say Nyankopon man ba because ade a ono ekase Nyankopon man ba because owu a onye obi obedi na ade. Samote and an angel no so ba Zachariah honom. Oh Zachariah, omo say angel no na ede message ne ba ala o man abodiem ti obi kase say angel no okay. Oh Zachariah, we give you good news of a son. No attack be any obi attack Zachariah bia whose name is John. Okay, a name we have never given before. It is John this by said yes to din by no but yes to the again dig can by you said Messiah can man title Messiah. Nobody in Islam your friend or your Messiah, only Jesus name Messiah or one okay. It is yes to Zachariah ya metakano ya atakano okay. And he said Zachariah say my Lord Muntebio, my Lord, how can I have a son when my wife is barren and I have become decrepit with old age? Now, story no cramp on say, "Oh, analyze this story we say now." Guy now all stressing Nyankopon man the bano. Nyankopon the ban ebrewa also be na wasa wo. Onim say wanyini na ontime wo adeti na obusa so Nyankopon ma ne ba hwe story we kwampo e make sense bia muntebio muntebio na ene Zakaria ne Nyankopon ne kan say he said and the angel ne say it will be so your Lord says it is easy for me and I created you before when you were nothing. And Zakaria said, me yere no untime wo na meso manyini ye better ne ya wo akra no. Okay. And Zakaria ekasa asem we say no see that be Nyankopon no kasa ya beye. Munti de Zakaria kan. Zakaria say, he said, my Lord, give me a sign. Timothy into Zakaria no o demande a sign say ampa say the be obehunu say yampa Nyankopon ho ne friba. Muhammad ne sign way. Sign be na Muhammad so the ba ya e prove kire say Muhammad ofri Nyankopon honom. Attack na e be attack no. I didn't think attack Muhammad prove be any reason be any honom. Some hu enti Zakaria krampon obusa for sign. Sign be na the man no, the man sign say ontimi nkasa for 3 days. 3 days the man no. Zakaria 3 days no ontimi nkasa. Okay? Your sign is that you will not speak to the people for 3 nights. 3 nights, and 3 days, and I'm off for because Sethoo was 3 days. I did 3 nights, also 3 days. Why a mistake? Onim she. Mama who be okay. Zakaria, your man is sign. Zakaria, angel be antakeno. Zakaria, or angel by one attackeno, yan canisa. Mary, angel by one attackeno. A dear Tina Mohammed, the angel by about attacking, sir. It didn't prove that on so angel in a ban in chain. And them and some of questions now, okay. Into Timothy, as similar Timothy Busano. No one Bible nim or no one Quran anymore.
Thank you. All right.
The
angel must come in the form of human form, right? And if he comes, you'll be afraid. And at the end of the day, the angel must consult you. Is he saying this based on his knowledge, or does he have any biblical scriptures to support that his argument that when you are afraid, at the end of the day, the angel must consult you, or he must, I don't know how to put it, but that was what he was saying. Does he have any biblical scriptures or any Quranic scripture to back up his argument? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for the question. But I think it wasn't Brother Amponsah. I'm not sure if it was Brother Amponsah that said that. I think it was Brother Hafiz that says that the angel must consult the person, not Brother Amponsah. So I want to be sure that we're getting this right.
Brother Amponsah said it. Please, just ask him. Brother Amponsah said.
I get a question. Let me respond.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you very much. So, Brother Amponsah, you have 2 minutes to answer the question, and your 2 minutes start right about now.
So, what Bible passage am I using to judge the Jibril of the Quran that demon? Your Quran says that Christians should judge by the gospel, by the New Testament, by the Holy Bible. And in my Bible, anytime Gabriel appears to people, Luke chapter 1, gospel according to Luke chapter 1, book of Daniel chapter 10, verse number 12, anytime angel Gabriel appear to people, the person become afraid, the person become fearful. But what Gabriel does is Gabriel consoled that past person. He consoled Zachariah, he consoled Mary, the mother of Jesus. But you Muslims are saying that same angel appeared to Muhammad. But in the case of Muhammad, he rather caught Muhammad, pressed him so hard, he never consoled Muhammad. Muhammad left the cave crying, cover me, cover me, cover me. So, judging from the Christian theological perspective, the Holy Bible, gospel, according to Luke chapter number 1, then Daniel chapter 10, that angel can never be the Gabriel that we know from the Bible. That angel befits none but a demon.
Okay. It's here for so Pastor no respond or the man. No, okay. One man says the angel be about chain. Of course, say the angel no is nipa stronko into oba obi a obebo shake kakra. But still, an angel who say be or angel or you say obe introduce himself. But in the case of Muhammad in India, angel na introduce himself. Angel ne can say bichire Muhammad. Onima de krompo e kaka kire no. O te say na okofie. Say angel ne ka say on kan na ofiri Nyankopon ho ma. O so ogodro for onim nipa kro. Onim ye dia ma no onima de kro. Enti osuro. Okay, yanko story no so. Na mamuntie according to omamo source na de kire wa say no. Okay. Telephone lines so maybe atum sisi a medin kind is ina to honum. Wa person ofiri bia betima afre, okay. Me be telephone line mpo atuma. Baby telephone line not to Mrs. Okay. To our person of fresh, so bet my friend, okay. For the meantime, no, young ready a two Muhammad, angel Niba Muhammad in channel, as a man at the end of two Muhammad or Honum. Angel now one, Chevy be so we angel from Yankopon now or no, or the message be break Muhammad, Debbie. Okay, so okay, moment ready, it was saying, my man, Keseka. Okay. The way Mohammed or Mamu source and Yamina make kasa mean kind from the beginning, okay. Aisha ne se kasa bion Haseno, the wife of the prophet, no, okay. On the kasa story we say Osi Mohammed Haseno or Eden Okoko cave on or circulation do on Oko cave on no Okobom Paye, no Kobom Paye, San or honum, okay. And Nasa Obefi no bediti, no the provision or the cock cave or Mohonum. Sana tier, Tina Mohammed, Sana no way, okay. He came back to his wife, later not back to his wife, not by fair, no what they call, okay. And Sana no way until one day, he received the guidance while he was in the cave of Hira. And move on one day, Sa revelation by, okay. No, so the angel, okay. The angel came to him and asked him to read. The angel came to Muhammad and asked Muhammad to read. Muhammad so name angel be. I don't know who's an angel. One can say me an angel, one can be no say the angel came to Muhammad and asked him to read. Allah's messenger, or say Allah's messenger. Onyanya messenger, that time no onyanya messenger. Because when him the urban in China crampono, Allah's messenger replied, I do not know how to read. And even one kind, what should he read? On kind the man. And even one kind. Muslims then they won't patch say, so I'll read now kind a patch say Muslims should acquire knowledge. Or my crazy, I don't know. I say we should acquire knowledge. Okay. The prophet added, the angel heard me forcefully. And it also kind imagine that what baby no be aba say kind. What mean pa chrono? What is the same angel no buy nanko ye ade bia wo hu bi da na aka Muhammad bebo shock obedwa na obeka say dey ben ni obi aba on chain. O say kind misiminim kankan no wa sha se no wo miawo. We Ghana for police in Sano Hombe. Tell you per one city member, one per one city member, no more attack you. And the Indian is a kind, Missy Minimum kind. And then I mean kind, almost anything almost say, a dear Ben I mean kind. I wasn't go to say, a dear Ben I mean kind. A dear Ben I mean was a minimum kind. Ikra. A dear Ben I mean kind, okay, to Miano. Or say, into the engine, into a car can cause minimum kind, engine Miano, Tatiana. Said and he pressed me so hard that I felt distressed. To Mia Muhammad, so Muhammad is feeling distressed. Then he released me. That was it. A idea solid or any part, and yes, be a buffobi because I say was Omiano or feeling to any conversation. No, he pressed into J-Mono, he released me and then again asked me to read. Once again, also I can't be on read. Still now Muhammad didn't read it. And can we say no? Muslims they kind of say Allah say kun fire kun. Kun fire kun. When in a clear proof beginning of Islam and I'm on question that honum. And Gabriel and you on the casa no say of Allah honoma. Say we angel no free Allah honoma. And yet on only pen no Allah ne command no. And Allah command no any fairly first time a fairly. Sana was a I don't know. Allah command a fairly because I still read Muhammad and Timen read it. Okay, I still read Muhammad when Timen read that means say Allah can say beer it will be because and prove back on here. Okay, I mean we'll be fresh here and check it. Hello.
Good evening.
Evening, Bema. Stone Shatter.
Me tier for you now.
Tier for Joseph.
What was the program now? So for me, sa Mallam Hafiz Buhari. Oh, Sethoo, Mallam, I suffer was smart. What was that? Suffer was smart. What can I go to the good Malika? What was that? According to program of I Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Almost everything. Of course, cable, mono. What's the cable? Sometimes now ama yiri man or messenger no man ho so atia it's not no ko ke gulu mo na messenger no man
okay
na sa ta no bo mpa kire hwan so atia Sethoo na mpa no bo kire hwan
Latif Karimba ni be answer question okay no bo mpa kire hwan
what you say no bo mpa kire ta no break no man ho what was it you what was it to be kind say hadith na o sa sam na wo ka no o ni prove wo ho you say no prove na wo kan this say we just say the prove no balan bo get mu de dan hadith re de I the Buhari ka say yam mo mu yele mama mo sama no say mo jitum Sethoo because of no Mallam na iso for no ka say bia na two guys is be ba
o two guys
is be ba what is Sethoo two guys is ma na se feel the Mallam ka mo me yin fa ya jim da pop na yin hwehwe bu mu yiye na ngia chije na Sethoo ye bi no because of Sethoo Mallam so for out to university ba o yan ka mo ni ba be ka say la wa be tresi asabo o tresi say Sethoo man ba from friend because of what you say because of things we want Sethoo want to say
me say
Sethoo fa ba bi so say yan ka mo poli ye ne ba di say o ware we ko na le da yi wa jare a wo be fa jara yi janaba ajara konkon
yeah okay what kasa what social time my so be fra okay 2 minutes say okay
mate
me da say pastor
nti wono yiri no da na say uko jare sa janaba na Sethoo nti no ba no e bro samo na ba ho e ti na ma be a wo ya wona ba ko jare sa jara konkon na
yeah sebo
Sethoo man ba from no chire mu because some no Sethoo ya la
omunti me because wo abefre bia no wo da platform no so ye record the whole can bia no ye we pay the microscope better so you check the all kind nyina no
one say Sethoo me class say asam na ten sa na fa na ka so anya wo de so so unti that question
unti musa question yeah Quran chapter
man ba from Sethoo
me that's chapter it's for me that's zia no dey you take over wa obefre bia na obetry so obekeka another story bia dey be charge ho bia no fine at the moment you obeti make ka charge ho but ukope video the okay bia na record eno tro omusro no wo try pe e be expose the shake ni be kan o debate na si bia no kan wo de ka later na e be hu okay the same hadith no e wo ho bebre kwa oman narrative hadith no bebre kwa a chere say Muhammad na me say the same thing na we wa say another hadith mare the hadith na my kan edru has say okay my father hadith but also recite he said I am not lettered Muhammad I am not lettered. He then again took hold of me and pressed me for the second time. In the second time now obisi kan yade no the way say no first of all no I Allah command no Allah commanding Muhammad I refer me to me. How can you Allah say kun fa yakun be and it will be. So Allah cancel until Allah ma command they say reader I don't think I want king kind at the club I won't read no ikra I don't think I want king kind. That means that Allah wait the first so we are sincere to say but there's the first command from Allah was a failure when Timian can kind. So what I say who the source the church was saying no how can you depend on Allah? So no one command the grandpa failing. Allah say in many verses e will Quran Allah kind of say your person open be obeka say be it will be. Okay, mama fa verse ni nchiremo mama fa verse we nchiremo ha say mo hunu say Zakaria onukrampo okache Allah say my Lord how can I have a son Tibio how can I have a son when my wife is barren and I have become old of age when you need to obusa Allah say me made my time sir and I say it will be so your Lord says possible most of who says Zakaria story in our Bible moon before as or narrative story we say our Bible before okay and they drew Mary so no Mary also busa the same question. Okay, Mary also busa say, how can I have a obey no one so why then? Wow, okay. Mary also busa the same question, verse 20, no, or say, how can I have a son when I have no man have touched me, and I was never unchaste. Okay, and also Satan angel no according to them the angel no can say saying Allah can be Allah it is easy for me. Allah says it is easy for me. Obetimi aye. But mo hear the same Allah na or kasa Mary time also past tense so they happen. Okay, the same guy no mo hear the account I say Okase enya ebeye meboa sa na oka wa say mu hwede oka wa say Quran chapter 6 verse 101 we fan chiremo almost na is a ultimu say the God of Mary no and is the God now of Allah no omu ye separate God okay. Quran chapter 6 verse 101 originator of heaven and earth, how can he have a son when he had no companion? The originator of heaven and earth, how can he have a son when he has no companion? Mutias says he we say standing for Allah, a capital H. He we standing for Allah. And then Allah the open son who say among for claim who say Jesus ya Allah ba. And Allah person catch up so there be on one ba. Now obey but how can I have a son when I don't have a companion? Now how can Mary have a son when nobody have touched him? And to say and make sense. Because the Muslims to make say Bible make sense and insult to be a personally insult to be a how say Allah nobody can catch is Mary be boost us question we say Allah only Mary or Mary say how can I have a son if no man has touched me? Zachariah say how can I have a metimiawo say me manyini na me yere so ontimi nwa sada omume no kan Allah so can the same thing. So when Yakupon is now on the question, we say, no, so what I say, let there be a son, be and to be. When in an approve, say a book on a free Yakupon be a honor. Also, more lines, so be better, my friend, I say. Why the Jin Hoodie? Muslim ni ben a Jin Hoodia, or betty my friends here, no, I try so by explaining words we say, no, I can settle men, I mean, say, and yet possible, me see you take you over, I was social media has said. Ye take you over, you won't bet me, I say, on by then, on back as a bois. Hey, Latif no online so na eje de no and so on timi frɛ Latif we na the war has say on timi frɛ no on challenge Sethoo has say because say the obeka bia no it was screen so obetimi afresi see no wa dada Sethoo ne ma bomi trinko but later no bon say wa ko check your kind no azanko an nti mama hunu logically no say Mary etimi wo ba na Allah na catch Mary say Allah catch me and I say angel na catch Mary say it is possible. I don't think Allah Ibusan will say, how can I have a son? A God now who is doubting his ability. That would say, where you clear proof and say, he is doubting himself. There's a part say, for him to have a son, no, he needs a companion. What you say now? I didn't mean companion. Most yes, you remember. So what I can't say, be a woman be able to be home. Say, me no. Miss ah, better I remember. Me no baby under that. Me no baby logic. Sana me can because me no baby and that me enti me ba. Okay, yes, Nyankopon is the same thing. How can I have a son if I have no companion? Then another translation, grandpa, where eternally Allah, okay? Me translation. No one say a baby and a wife. You know, me hear Sahin International. And with the Sahin International, a translate here. Moti de shaking the kind, saying, I am translation. Why am I translating my answer? I never used to Muntie.
So you see, my brother, we do not actually translate your own Bible for you. When you say we are misrepresenting the Christian view, I don't think that is a fair argument because we did not translate the Bible. It is your own scholars, your own Christian scholars that translated the Bible for us.
Mote, it's a translated here. Your mom's translation, okay? Where is Sahin International? I will say originator of heaven and earth, no, okay? Chap of Frame, was it, how could he have a son when he does not have a companion and he created all things? Okay, we so you see companion, I say. I'm going to another translator. Check it. Me person me translators no. Do mu you see honum. Hello?
Yeah, Sethoo.
Yeah, me tell. No consult. Chap, maybe my 20 seconds, okay? Where you see no consult, okay? Me pay another translation. In Itania la. Chap.
Yeah, Sethoo.
He is the originator of heaven and earth. No, how can he have children when he has no wife? Where I wasn't Allah no ekasa Allah na ekasa na ekasa. Allah no ekasa say no. On the Quran Allah no masem. Allah say how can he have a child? Children when he have no wife. Only wife or better with children. And then marry only husband ultimate way. And then marry only husband ultimate way. Chap Kasamama wa Mr.
Okay, that's a part that told me Johnny was here for you now. So in fact, oh boy, now one thing is Arabic, no, and no crana a boy a cover and near my summa or more some no, or moon who's some no more. Oh dear, Cecilia Crano, Kama some of the Sala, na Sala now, then the end or air no biate. Or Sala now, more and one, como kind of or English, and I say Kasa or Matia, Gomo, then it doesn't make sense. Oh dear, imagine, say, we say repeat here same with you. Imagine say come ason or moto ye sum Yankopon ye sum Allah. Na kwan ye fa sum Allah ni nie. Come na so. Ye fa say what kind party and do the old bit man the party and Quran chapter 1 after so you go nyina kan come ni me pese me kan ye no. But all kind party ani bia which me the surah bia the so. Na me first surah me dey so no Quran chapter 33 verse 53. Ndesi ano I told because I have a report. You Allah Akbar, which is God is great now. Now I can't party and no pussy. Or can't party and no pussy. Arabic and what kind of but what kind of English Nanka Watia say you go that doesn't make sense. My kind party and then the Quran 33 verse also. What they do not enter the prophet's house unless you are permitted for a meal. Do not look at it. So instead, go if you are invited. You return at once after eating the food. Do not engage yourself in conversation. Indeed, this will be a trouble for the prophet. He will feel shy to tell you. Allah will not be shy in speaking the truth. If you want to ask them about anything, you ask them behind a veil. This is what is pure for your minds and for their minds. You should not trouble the messenger of Allah. You should never marry his wife after him. Instead, this is grievous matter for Allah. No, God is great. No, the normal about him. So we make it sense.
Oh, I didn't know you should never marry your wife after him. Ah, when Muhammad done a day, say Allah said man can't tremble.
What they are here? So kind of Quran 33:53 way now. Which means that way into me free Allah be anu muda. A prophet na ask them walk. Said the be a bit favor on one.
No, Mitie Sheikh Awal one time we was say Quran from cover to cover. Muhammad who said about Quran. Bibian Muhammad Bibnina Muhammad Bibian. Way a common Muhammad direct.
A common Muhammad. What they are here? A common Muhammad because. You see, another companions and no more prophet in this year. Almost we are no much holding come on better or mobile. Almost meeting come on channel a prophet in a person who would have them. Maybe I'll acquire near my best, no much at the hall. I did see an or by echo. Allah the revelation about the companions answer on the best your crown, one type of things to continue better or one son or my or my back. No more DVR or movie or monsoring call. Now, we. Say Allah said necessary. After everyone go school, and I did and teacher with them. I didn't know one but what an mamma say me yare. If you want to apply so I are mamma, that's all yare.
When you know busa questions be almost a problem. When I would a hater. Is where there the book now last book from Revelation from Allah. I pray baby. Wait, I didn't way by your mamma say 2021 I want me a Muslim away then your mamma. Almost a book on here to be show you quine. But say a quine be how you believe no story we say there your mamma benefit benefit free way say.
The only last you know said do not marry his wife after him. Aisha 9 years and a commissioner ware no. Ya say 9 years later and a commissioner wu year. It is after me father Aisha was 18 years. It is 18 years now for Aisha wu year no. One ware jimo one two tonga bim. We enye
abuse big abuse. Again, now on your betting wale obi jai ni ready on your betting wale no, but on the jai na won't me wale no. The same Muslims no, almost Paul say unka wale jai amen wale obia, but Muhammad the jai ni ra on wale almost say or there mother of the believers. Or no Muhammad Muhammad the Jeremiah mothers of the believers, but only one father of the believers. I don't know one father. because already your father there only me no monda only me wale womo nti mo on your father only your messenger but momo de mo your mothers nti mo de obi nti me wale mo mother share own logic Mohammed no nti chap me da say okay
Atapa me da say eti for mo hunu be okay eti Muslim majority of the Muslims chap the opposite of chair say okay sa omo yes sala na omo bompa na omo kan afati hani wia na omo masa recite verse bia eden omo pay na omo dey ato aso okay nti Muslims tell me bompa bia na no masa kan Quranic verse bi da so ti bia omo kind of Arabic ma e bia we all kind of Arabic ma sound very sweet bia the papa so nti omo kind dia omo kind because de but ka what tiasia nka e bia nka different story so Kono be a Quran, use Quran 4:24 to pray muta prostitution. Islam unkwani or suma messenger Muhammad unkwani messenger or man who can say or bear man or bano who bet me share our Arabia a friend muta contract marriage ukushia ba say do call ashawolaya tell mema 20 Ghana sit na me no akakoda for 2 hours. Okay, there be maybe 30, there be 50. No, balance is home. 2 hours now, more kind, no more that. 2 hours, this one will be a away. And they say the same thing, contract marriage, no, in Islam, Muhammad Emma Hokine. The friend of Muta, and will be a train, okay. Japan is Sethoo, SSK with. About me, who link, say, oof. Oh, Japan, be sorry. Obi afre, hello? Japan, me sorry, man. Hello, what back? Okay. We a nice guy.
So, me teacher, no. And I need to me cigars, but kiss cigars. So we say the whole kind of ampo. Mrs. When you shake, you know, me the imam edi akahuama. Imam So we say Gani. Hey, Sethoo. We say when Islam no a very confused religion, very confused religion. Kwese ukodi omunasa omu ekasa ebi we beka kiro se Allah di kaibo jini asana obo nipa na uko omu shake big shakes nso a omu beka kiro na abodi webi na creation bi so ye fra mu ben omu na mu ba first asana jini so na inti confusion pa na anka na me pese unkai webi. But me nim send a message now. Me send you a WhatsApp and another Facebook. Document me na person one kind.
When I send them messenger and I said, "Ubet me a good comment for them. Maybe I meet me as a link ana."
There be any link a paper bear me here. Ma send you o Facebook sisi a. E messenger or Facebook. Now because I can person who confusion be a ha.
Okay.
And who say my baby black and what a man here when white side in kwa no so unya.
Okay, the one so you have sent a photo but me nyahu photo biao.
Oh. Aba Debbie. I can say who confusion be. Still,
am I?
And then I'm saying no WhatsApp. Now, so Enura Sena when the pastor Nichi Mallam no. Stone shut the Kasa Mallam no or a very smart ampa. Who say Mallam no Kasan or see Muhammad who was like begotten our Bible mu into the world. Yeah, in Pastor ni bisan say when begotten no Greek me I saying Into patch say Mohammed just not Greek and answer English. Can you WhatsApp? Iti or yani or merry-go-round son or change topic no or change topic no.
O wuzum kasa mo ya de o mutima begin to see ah. Menya de o send by no.
And as I say them ma confirm me. When Islam na kaza kura omusa esua efri ho. Omu ehye de nim. Yes, we shema omusa esua Mallam no. Onim kura say na Aisha yari o. Na onim we big shaker all we big platform all preachy. Onim intimacy we would share dem. We read we no.
Me read so me try to me read okay or say Imam Ahmed stated that Muhammad bin Abu related to him from Dawood Abu, okay, from Amir, because they didn't they more the moment. Received his mission when he was 40 years old. The angel Israfil was
Israfil, yes.
Okay, angel Israfil was entrusted with his prophethood for 3 years, during which he would teach him words and facts. The Quran was not revealed then. After those 3 years, Gabriel was entrusted with his prophethood, and the Quran was revealed through his voice over 20 years period. 10 years in 10 in Mecca and 10 in Medina. The prophet died when he was 63 years. The chain of authority back to Al-Shabi is a correct one. It's established that Israfil was entrusted with him for 3 years period after his age of 40, and that Gabriel came thereafter.
Okay, what you say?
According to him, NGB by Irafil no by 3 years before. You know, better change name maybe and son of Gabriel so or the Quran.
Where Sira Ibn Catherine, volume 1. Okay. Volume 1. Yeah, page 281. Ibn Omo Yusu we edit teaching. Now the Emma Midi we buy and say, who said Angel we decline by now or teaching Muhammad for 2 and 3 years. Na Ebanisena Angel Gabriel Sabaya Omiana Ojani ko yeah, when you are also wait.
Questions that sent to make an omo build this structure be on say your questions be on my umbusa because ubusa and there's some beba. I mean obi free okay obi free my friend social so once I will line so no obi must stay my me for call away in room they say the bear a bit my three ways conversation was Ali say pick up. Okay, hello.
Sethoo.
Richard Niana.
Richard.
So Richard will be your customer. Be was a customer be friend. Was it? By me who miss Kobe? I say Ali say pick up the link. Okay, Ali pick me link. Be I say uni has say Mr. Ali me the telephone number to honum. And a link be as soon how can link be my okay. Check it.
No, I Sethoo o link no say fatu hobby because so free so now say ba unya link no me kwa na kan pesa me frɛ wa na on pa na pesa me ba link no.
Okay.
Me call ya na me ba ya no link ni won.
I me fa link ni san to bio. Okay, me sorry my maintain na yin say. The post na say okay, me fa link ni san to bio. Na mo hu. Link na to honum. Okay. The Richard is over linking so aname boa.
The other man, my favorite, my can be.
Okay, what I can
here.
P Black 2 or line, so Japan, P Black, but only on Yankasan. I'm going to say be a Muslim brother.
P Black, who they are about take a can.
My mute me, man. We are not about me, but some in Bola sport.
Okay, link no Quran can me present. Oh, yeah. Friends, Latif, Nanka, all day, Latif, about linking so nay, throw WhatsApp call me.
Latif, no one for linking, no selling him that one who also from beginning on to me, ma.
Oh, say feedback. Oh, say a first and Latif a post to be. Short video. Oh, a first a feedback to the question now or post here. We be a question. Mallam the questioner. Why is no one from Mallam the answer and Fan Kawamba? No, the feedback question by now. I got papers, be little papers. Yeah, baby, go on. Oh, they my answer. I don't be saying Colana.
Me papers be able to
Sethoo, yes, I did. Hey, yeah, on your authentic. Last I think 4 days ago, me who video being sure post here. Or post here. Where be say or disprove what I can. Me share video no could do baby na me judge because let me share some no okay can where be say me name say Rashid I don't know me name say
yeah me say omo yira that Rashid na mo so onim hwe omo ni hwe just Arabic no kwa Rashid no me ne to Richard Rashid no me ne kasai it was live me say say oti Arabic or so on Arabic me say okay on Arabic fine okay any me so me Arabic it be use English no yeah share debate na say ape of our Quran, but no, I shall say kind Quran or Arabic. Miss you know, also want Arabic no. Or say I want Arabic by Quran, then the obey me kind Quran, which means say, what me kind Quran about one tears here.
Yes. Oh, say, when you video, me video ni say I could do a me and I'm jai here. Ah, okay, Sethoo, make it claim be say. A friend saying, Korean say, Islam Kwane Small, Obefaso call heaven. One by Johnny Islam, I won't call heaven. And as I took Koku too, a friend saying, Korean verse be a say, Jew for no so be back heaven, paradise. And Christians need be so back paradise. Into a contract, they say, hey, Sethoo, hey, Abo, Nimina, a friend saying, that's na Korean ekano eye friends in the Christians no na those time Christians na no more honum that time those time Christians now book they be the same question say the Korean is so say Muslims no those time Muslims when 25 years as I say and I would do one account those time Muslims. But who they often say, but Christians, they are the Christians. Now, those time Christians, from one of America, they are Christo for the example, almost soon, Paul. In the answer from Paulinian, and ye Christians, Paulinian.
Or Kasa.
Paulinians, and ye Christians. Now, almost soon, Paul. Almost worship Paul. Who years almost Christopher worship Jesus. Almost the Jesus are done here. If you who there's a some no Obia ye baby no or ye or ye video. Ye beba na adwene bia na okeka oni ye okafa hu bia ye obeka ye be so mashallah pe enhia no. Latif me challenge Latif say video no de buy no. Ombra back. Ni embisa no question video no say or person say ne Mallam no wabon wentumi yia no na so no wa no yie bi a ode be ma p-black na nya yetie dia p-black ni question ehia me answer ni hia me nti no onfa ombra no onfa answer me ombra ni na
mi karamba ni to say o person mi ni ye we bi kura dialogue bi and mi ka say okay and on contacting Sethoo so obet. It's a debate now. On quarter Sethoo. After now I heading. Now I shurum. Yeah, shurum.
And what the same thing, okay? But one Muslim say no okasa. Once I okasa in favor of Islam, of course, Muslims will be a type of like Sethoo abon and so omientima answer question be our say. Obientima stand it. So what I say, I mean, can't say me minimum answers ni now. But such simple questions now, you pay answers no munya maye. A dear ban how munya maye, okay, p-black. What the kasa program
who said na Richard ka tem say guy no o kasa na Osi Mohammed si ye be teach 70 we no ade no guy no o kasa no osi we 73 na Mohammed o ka no ye nyina ye ka ho obi aka ho 84 ka ho dem kasa bi boto uko cheki sa hadith na Mohammed si Jewish for no omu chiemu 71 and about ko heaven na wonu na de omo aka no omu ko hell na but my people Muhammad was saying my people Muslims say we no mi ka Muhammad people home you have the Quran ni heaven mi o Quran ko na mi because we no omu heaven no so who heaven ho ubetimati say na krofo omu hell esu. Just imagine, some me make it into heaven, and that's a me mami or hella. Na me mami esu. Na me de me dimba 72 virgins. Me o many orgasms 70 years orgasms. Na me mami esu na me tie. Heaven me pe. Me kwa tina hell kura. Heaven be kura ni. Marriage at heaven way. No way say me ko ho. Nti we dem me last point. Who say Muhammad when Aisha ware no. Or the kind strategy. So uko cheki Buhari volume 5 book 56 number 235 Muhammad narrated Aisha that the prophet said to her, "You have been shown to me twice in my dream. I saw you pictures on pieces of silk, and someone said to me, 'This is your wife.'" So into Muhammad shall say when 6-year-old girl no tonga on Osha say wasu die and who say obi catch say Aisha ye yiri so e ho na sanimo we nyina start here it when ena adenko so wo hwem kura Charlie in some bebrewom mo be na kasa kura o catch baby obi wuni ba akola baby also in le Mohammed catch the baby ni say obe ware baby no yeah but enter Mohammed wu ye
baby ni ye like impono no because say ka baby anko ko wale ne pena ka Mohammed wu anka anu ntimi wale bia bio
exactly enche ya na Mohammed wu ye obi su yiri wu ye anase anase ni yiri jano anase bibisa but sa nipa no na owo nkola na owari mature woman owari matured woman sana sa when woman be buano na we na wa hwe nkola no Mohammed bisa guy ni say ade na wakọ wari aburo ade na wan wari young girl oni ni be di agro like young girl like Aisha mubia so inti Charlie the perfect example for mankind to follow some man wey there big question mark or super in this Sethoo maminja wa na impenifosi is so ubotom sa na na kuruma yes yama
yeah bagu screen so ego say hadith now I just open okay hadith ni ego say no also he said why didn't you marry a virgin girl so that you might play with her. So that you might play prophet. My father died and left behind 7 or 9 daughters. Okay, and I married a woman. The prophet said, "Did you get married, oh Jabi?" Okay, I replied, "Yes." He asked, "Is she a virgin or a matron?" I replied, "She is a matron." Okay, he said, "Why didn't you marry a virgin girl so that you might play with her and she with you?" Why went to prophet now? Okay, it was also say she with you, with you, or you might play with her and she make you laugh. I said, Tebi, my father died, leaving 7 or 9 girls orphans, and I did not like to bring a young girl like them. Samote. I didn't know obi a woman no prophet said no for virgin Just oh yeah, the virgin is a girl because the case will be an orphan. Orphan yam cranketwa. Papa penny orphan cranketwa. Papa penny who are the parents who are and papa near orphan. They used to orphan man cranketwa. We say in your prophet advice Benny. Best of mankind. I married a woman who can look after them. A woman who can look after them, no. But the prophet need try and says, I don't know wale will be a winny. Wale a cracketwa, wale virgin. This is Omudia will be untouched. It's Muhammad, the wife's name, and Aisha and Kwani virgin.
Mrs. That guy will cry on narrative when story winu. Onukura on your winu. A prophet. Guy will cry offer to say on your prophet. And your Muhammad that crampu.
I said, well, when you are saying so, authentic edit, no, okay. Now, okay, people like never program the program because Yakasa was say, but so check Muslims now sources now, okay. Ultimus say never bring koye, but all the children almost say now because and you're authentic, we don't accept it. Okay, the same story, as I was saying, okay, where the prophet Nekas say, he said, why didn't you marry a young girl, okay, so that you may play with her, and she play with you, and she with you? I said, oh, messenger of Allah, Abdullah, no, okay, until the papa, Abdullah, Muhammad papa, no. His father died and left 7 or 9 daughters. But Muhammad, they will take care about how to play with young girls. A prophet, no, he's taking how to play with young girls. According to our story, yes, Sethoo ne kasa wa say. So the hadith ne say sahin e honum bebre, okay. When I got married, Allah's apostle said to me, what type of lady have you married? I replied, I have married a matron. He said, why don't you have a liking for a virgin and and for fondling them? Hey, muti de shake ni kan say moment de shake ni kan.
You see, my brother, we do not actually translate your own Bible for you. When you say we are misrepresenting the Christian view, I don't think that is a fair argument, because we did not translate the Bible. It is your own scholars, your own Christian scholars that translated the Bible for us.
Mote, it is the same argument that they were saying. Prophet, no, obi a mature person. The prophet can say, why don't you? Don't you have a liking for a virgin and fondling them? Fondling them. Because and fondling them. Jabir also said, Allah's apostle said, why didn't you marry a young girl so that you might play with her and she play with you? And to marry girl, not to play with them. You marry them so that you can play with them and they can play with you. And not see a wallet. Almost sources, no. What the child of my see, and I was screen so okay. And I say, what the child of my almost when I would come through. Okay, I'm expecting to say, be a man for befre, but obedient man frere or because Sethoo the American boy. The me pen no. The me pen say me program now obedient me friend kasa me boy because any member who said the American no Nokware. So enti the me pen me obi frere. Na ono so amame apo okay mame fa Richard Asafre be mame fa Richard call we say na me fa end okay and also oba link na so ana. Hello Richard
Sethoo we the assemble could be tell na mentimi anka na me ye ya o say o hadith now the malam no. Okay, send me
okay, Richard, can me time as well 2 minutes now was me okay.
Okay, only asama me can any. Okay, o man hadith no. Okay, hadith ni we no. And no say hadith now o can hadith no commentary hadith.
Commentary.
You will Quran hadith, and it was commentary hadith. Hadith commentary. Well, tell me what, maybe you Dubai or maybe I say a war. Hadith. the commentary maybe that
how obet me escape or can be about I don't quite hear but I don't know source now at all the tackle or modia because I know we are born some now when I walk home I'm for ability what them unnecessary to attempt so to say but Richard remember program name was saying okay you hit 2 hours now already it's info program name do I say
so the time we do that video na I know about mommy I didn't come with that video no I did commentary and and the way all cassette Bible friends and scholars no omocho Bible no and for no about now so obi we say asema obeka no
me depend on some me dance it's for me sorry okay Sethoo SSK shake back up yeah take it over untimi ma hase ma make kan se hunu bia nkyere obi a wo no yakobu ko ne mu no yesua egusu se bia mu stay so ho iti kakanka kra no ebe kakra no ye betimi obi aba na bekaka na se anasem bia kyere a ya accept omo pese omo ka kyere wa no obo trinko o ka kyere wa no obo trinko sa na omo pe no but omo ka kyere na so timi question wa omo pe omo se wonya ready to learn omo so omo ready to learn because ye ka kyere omo so omo ntie. Okay, you catch your mom you almost say take you over. I guess I'm kind of how is them. Near NTS, and also use your profocus here. There's a tone NTS different, okay. Munti the shaking the kind of the info program name do I say no. Or say had it near the bear.
So we need to bring in some
the person who acted narrated.
That is Sahih Buhari, and that is
I wish my brother you can let us see the hadith because what you are saying is a commentary of the hadith. Not the hadith itself. What you just mentioned, it is the commentary of the hadith by the person who actually narrated the hadith.
I don't know so if you can see it on the so what I said is the commentary of the hadith. And I said, but okay, the hadith was
let's try to see the hadith.
No, don't worry, go on, brother. Sorry, go on, brother. Brother Hafiz, go on with your response, please.
Wait, okay, the commentary.
Hafiz, go on with your response.
So you see, my brother, we do not actually translate your own Bible for you. When you say we are misrepresenting the Christian view, I don't think that is a fair argument because we did not translate the Bible. It is your own scholars, your own Christian scholars that translated the Bible for us. So you see, my brother, we do not actually translate your own Bible for you. When you say we are misrepresenting the Christian view, I don't think that is a fair argument because we did not translate the Bible. It is your own scholars, your own Christian scholars that translated the Bible for us.
Therefore, until we say clear, the emission ye bia or has a biano, and you man translate your almost scholars and the translate here. Someone say na medamuna amase. Ali, man who say ofre, by nyako be through side, and a one man link in this okay. I show link in about one ma. Me that's Jabani P black, me that's okay. Obiacho say what is your problem? But meaning was trying a long time. My friend said, Seta Abdul Kadri. Me later, my who commenting, okay, Ras Asu, they can video with the whole time. No one who they patch was say, okay, Sethoo SSK for Medamunina Mas, Mamma line, Medamunina Mas, YouTube and Facebook for Medamunina Mas. Before so, because me, I like and so, okay, me, I like and so that's Sethoo shake. Then Chairman for say, Sethoo be a PO has say, yeah, take it over. Muslims no did they be no I just said you kasa yeah take over omo bo omo ntimi stand it omo hwe videos no me fresh show no so pepper shake no hu say Sethoo on me boost an question because they won him say Sethoo me ya say but on ntimi stand it or yes or from a video no yes or reply pe me nya kind video na pe na baba analyze it and say no kan na better expose on one kasa into omo nyina matada so what say na when the truth comes no the falsehood will perish. The force will run away. Light in the back, no darkness in the call. Sethoo yaba. Okay. Madam, we now say for Sethoo SSK. Mumefa P black adaroma. Okay. Mumefa jama back on ritual. Someone says Siana. They say Bibianya clear. Mumefa jama back on ritual. Okay. Sethoo SSK for Mama bye. Okay. For jama anyway. Okay.